Oh my goodness, guys, what happened out here? Oh goodness, we have our first snow. It is November 9th here in Wisconsin. We have a little bit of snow on the ground. How are we gonna make it through the winter? Oh yeah, we have the indoor growing competition, guys. If you're new to this project or my channel, this is an indoor giant winter growing competition. Indoor winter giant growing competition. So there's 4 categories. Anybody can join. It's a worldwide competition. And I've noticed there's some very big experienced growers competing. So we are going to have to be on our A game if we want to place. And there's going to be cash prizes all the way from 1st to 5th place in each of the 4 categories, and maybe ribbons or trophies or something. But anyway, if you're new, this is the 2nd installment, so you can check out the first video if you want maybe a little extra info on that. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to be growing 3 of the 4 categories. So right now I have all my kind of seedlings here under one light because I'm not trying to waste light. We'll be wasting a lot of light later. So let's try to conserve energy. So I'm starting everything under one light, and this is grow area 3. So this is the spot for the watermelon. So check it out, guys. In 1 week, it's been a week. Watermelons are very slow growing at first. That's why when you're a giant watermelon grower, you usually start them in March. So kind of before everything else, you start your giant watermelons. Most of the pumpkins and other stuff, giant pumpkins is usually April, stuff like that. So, but look, we're getting some major leafage happening there. And we do have a backup plant here. So as another thing I've learned from growing giants for so many years outdoors is you always want backups of everything. If something happens, if I snap this off or the cat comes up and eats it, then we have a backup watermelon. So this is doing great. I can see multiple leaves popping out. So there must be a main vine, which must be this leaf. And then watermelons branch out really quick, or they try to. So I think this is a leaf coming out from a secondary vine, I guess. So we'll see. With this main pot, I was warming the soil. This morning, I took the heat pads off of the pot. So I had these wrapped around the pot like this because I was warming this soil because this room's not really warm, and I wanted to get this soil warmed up for the new seedling. But I'm going to monitor the temperature, and I want to be 85 or less on the soil temperature. So probably between 70 and 85. So I might put one of the little heat pads on. I have a little pad here. So I will control the temperature of the soil. Room temperature might be fine, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to do everything I can to give me the upper hand, you know? The main thing with the watermelon, growing a giant watermelon indoors, is the light and the space. Obviously, the watermelon will be the most difficult of the categories that we're trying to do here. Let me let you know the other categories are giant tomato. So we're going to be doing the giant tomato category. This guy's always leaning. I don't know if he's stretching toward the light. But this is an 8.61 Sutherland. So this plant or seed that I planted is from an 8.61 pound tomato. Very awesome genetics. So we got that, and we do have some backups. We have some backup Big Zacks here, just in case something happens to the Sutherland. So this one will be going in grow area 1. We'll go take a look at that. And then just today, we have our giant beets. Giant beets is the other category that we're going to be doing. There's only one category that we're not going to do. Giant potato is the 4th category. We just don't have space. I have 3 grow areas. So I decided on watermelon, tomato, giant beet. I've never grown a beet in my life, so this is gonna be so much fun. I started them 3 different ways because I just got the seeds, you know, maybe 4 days ago. So I was like, oh gosh, I gotta get these started. So I started some of them in the incubator that I set up that you saw in the first video. That was these guys, they did the best. And then I just started some over here. I soaked some seeds, and then I didn't soak some. And I just noticed these guys are coming up. So Holy cow, they're tiny. But you can see these ones probably better. They're very tiny, so that will be so fun. So let's check out where the beets are going to be going. This room is a little cooler, so we have grow area 2 here. Let's turn the light on. La. So there we go. Yep, this is the grow closet 2. This room stays kind of chilly, not chilly, but it's a little cooler in the winter, like 68. Who knows? I guess when it gets real cold out, we'll see. Hopefully with the grow lights going and stuff, it'll warm this room up a little. But beets are a cold weather crop, so it would rather be a little cooler anyway. So I think let's actually, I'm not going to do it yet. I got the soil already. I'll be using the soil that I showed you guys in the last video. So I'll be filling that up soon, and we will transplant the beet. But I think we should, I'll think about it, but I think we're going to leave them under this light for a little while longer, because there's no reason to be wasting the whole, an entire grow light for one tiny little sprout like that. So I hope they don't mind being transplanted. I don't think there will be any issues with that. So, okay, let's quick check out grow area 1 where the giant tomato will be. Alrighty, this light we have on. So all these lights are the same Viper Spectra little Amazon lights. I showed what models they are in the other video also. The only reason I have this light on is because I have the air plant in here, my air plants, I guess, in here. So I want to keep a light on for them. So basically this, we just need to top off. This was the soil I had already in here for the Monstera plants that I was cloning and growing. So I will top this off, and we could get the tomato in there. How about next Sunday, or maybe I should do it sooner? I'll have to decide. So this will be the spot for the tomato. It's got a very big, this is a very large tote here. So that'll be great. Guys, I thought I would get this off the shelf. Look at this. This is 8-year-old closed terrarium. It's completely sealed, actually, with silicone. It's got a cork and completely sealed with silicone, so there's no air or nothing getting in. And when I first planted it, I had all kinds of plants and moss and stuff. It completely, like, crashed. It probably got, like, ammonia spike, or something in there. I don't even know how much pressure's in there. It could even explode. But I noticed there's all kinds of algae and bacteria growing in there, and mycelium. Can you guys see like that white in there? That's like fungal mycelium. That red would be bacterial. And see how there's greens? That's all different kinds of algae probably. So there's things that have been living in here, completely sealed environment for 8 years. Even the cork is being eaten by mycelium. So I thought maybe we'll move that down by the light. It was up on a shelf up here. So we'll move that down by the light and see if that triggers anything else. Maybe after 100 years, there'll be new creatures evolving in there. So, all right, guys, I think that's all really for this update. Watch the first video if you want more info on that. And we'll see you guys on this project in one more week. Bye-bye.